This is Saffista. This next title, Necrobarista, is a game that came out in 2020 and it's done by Route 59 Games. It merges some of my favorite things: video games, coffee, and good stories. It's a visual novel, so there's going to be a lot of reading. But I'm ready to check this out. Let's see how it goes. So, the story takes place in a coffee shop called the Terminal, where people who have passed on are allowed one last day, 24 hours on Earth. This game is $19.99 on Steam, and it is actually also in Apple Arcade. So if you're subscribed to that service, you can play for free. And that's what I'm playing on tonight: is Apple Arcade on my iPad Pro with my controller. They thought of the faraway grave on the plain. They thought of the comrade who came not again. They lifted their glasses and sadly they said, "We drink to the name of the mate who is dead." Henry Lawson. Coughing. It's so bloody damp down here. I know we're in a cellar, but I don't suppose you have a window we could open or anything. Yeah, we've got a vent that leads outside somewhere. Maddy, can you open it up? Get some fresh air coming through? I'm pretty sure it's got a dumpster or something sitting on top of it right now. Oh wow, that's not good. Besides, I'm busy. Just grin and bear it. Can we get this over with? We've done this before, old man. You know it takes a while to set it up. Calm your farm. Do not appreciate your tone. Sorry. Can we get some more lights on, maybe? It is pretty dark. With all the crud you've got scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? It's damp and in a basement or something. I don't know if we want to see what's going on. Oh, it's like a lab. Thanks. You're more organized than last time, I see. Sigh. Practice makes perfect. Hey, Maddy. How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Great. Now, Jay? What's up, little P? I found you a chair. Ah, thank you. What is going on with his legs, pants legs? So, this whole thing, surely it's not legal, yeah? Maddy wasn't clear on that. Yes, the council found it confronting. For good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order. Mate, it's not just bureaucracy. Shush you. Most rules can be bent after all. Sigh. And Maddy has a particular fascination with breaking rules, as I'm sure you've realized. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Bah. Is this related to her gambling for time? Mm-hmm. So, the transfer was the same sort of magic we're doing now. Yes. Oh, magic. Small scale though. Doing it on a larger scale requires a bit more preparation. The console successfully suppressed all available information about it though. For good reason. What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or try it again after you fail, for that matter. Stubborn scholars notwithstanding. What do you even call this sort of magic then? Question's irrelevant. Because it's banned. Badass. I call it badass. Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. But, looking past all the smoke and mirrors and fancy names, you can just call it necromancy. Well, that's pretty exciting. We're dealing in some dark magics. Gambling for time is a dangerous business. From your hazy memories, a certain word calls out to you. Necromancy. You try desperately to remember what it meant. Now it's red. That means something bad. Death. This fragment of a memory stays with you. Piece together the past. Remember what transpired. And never forget. You are scattered, practice, forbidden, fascination, blenders, messy storm. Oh my gosh, so many words. Welcome to the terminal. I like the loading screen. Here are controls. Continue back. Oh, so we can go backwards in time. That's always nice. All right. Let's see where we're going. We're going to terminals, I get. The terminal, I guess. Get some coffee. Help some spirits pass on. You know, the usual. Terminal house rules. We welcome both living and dead. Patrons will be served in the order I guess in the order what? You have to open it before we can read it. Oh, no, that's just to open it. Maddy's rules. 1. We welcome both living and dead. Patrons will be served in the order they arrived. 2. Don't ask who's alive. If someone wants you to know, they'll tell you. That is a good kind of rule for all kinds of things, for asking about other people's business. 3. The dead have 24 hours. Strictly enforced. 24 hours and 5 minutes is not 24 hours. 4. No, we don't have Wi-Fi. I'm not going in. Yes, there's no cell reception. Ether and radio signals don't play nice together. 5. Report broken items and other anomalies to staff. We can't clean up your broken glass or spatial rift if we don't know about it. 6. Don't feed the eidolons. They can't eat, and offering them food just reminds them of that cruel fact. All right, those are the terminal house rules. I guess we're going into this shiny table over here. Ooh. Continue? Yes. I don't know what we're continuing to. I just pushed yes. Sounded like the right answer to me. Part 1. This is just gonna make me want coffee. It's a little late for coffee though. The Terminal. Carlton, Victoria, Australia, 3053. Excerpts from online reviews. Pretty unremarkable coffee. Barista speaks Chinese but exclusively uses it to mock people to their faces. I am very self-conscious about my top hat now. Observed little girl running around cafe with knife, unsupervised. Came down with a deep sense of ennui after visiting. Was rudely told to stop being a big dweebus after complaining about the burnt taste in coffee. This coffee, some of the best I've ever had. 5 stars. Disclosure, I have no taste buds. The door closes. Somebody's coming in wearing Birkenstocks. Maddy sighed and began cleaning a glass. She glanced up at the person who just walked in, but he didn't seem quite ready to approach the counter. Hey, mate. You right? Ack. You can see me? Oh, he must be dead. Yeah, clear as day. You gonna order something? I've been walking around for hours. Or maybe it just felt like hours. It can be hard to judge time when you've been wandering around aimlessly. Nobody was listening to me. I don't know how I ended up here. I think you'll find it was the front door. He chuckled nervously and took a deep breath. Right. Where am I? This, dearly departed, is the terminal. Carlton's finest. Departed? They say our coffee's to die for. Oh, that took him fast. So, I don't really know how to go about this. Ask me anything, man. It's not like you're the first disheveled and disoriented dead dude to drop in. This guy has the look of someone who's been through a lot. What does everyone else ask? Well, they generally start with that one. Oh, shoot. And they always say that. Then there's the embarrassed silence. Maddy is normally one to enjoy peace and quiet, but some silences are just awkward. Maddy is normal. Oh, well, we just saw that one. All right. I get it. You always this mean to everyone who comes through? Or just the pitiful ones like me? Just the pitiful ones. I guess that's consistent. I always felt like people saw me as a pitiful guy. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I promise, you're right. I'm a damning sad sack. I don't even know how I died, but I bet it was pitiful and meaningless, just like everything else about me. I'm never gonna have a chance to make things better for myself. I'm stuck like this. Come on. And now I'm sitting in a cafe for dead people falling apart in front of a barista. Pull yourself together, my dude. He blinked and slowly came back to earth. No breakdowns in the cafe, please. I promise, man. You are okay. I know how it is. Are you? No. But I've had 100 people like you walk through the door. So I'm just averagely messy. He is really having a bad day on his first day as a dead person. No dress codes here, but you're still welcome to feel self-conscious about your appearance. Can't even do that right. Kishan, you have 24 hours left on this plane until you have to move on to the next place. And I don't think you want to spend them having one big, long, extended panic attack. To 24 hours? Ah, shoot. What I'm saying is, everything's okay. Just take some deep breaths. We'll sort this out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a fuss. It's not like I have anything else to be doing. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? I'm kind of a burden. You're not. Chin up, mate. Let me tell you about this place. It's pretty cool. So I first wandered in here about 4 years ago. Now we get her story. This is going to be interesting. And that's how long you've got before you've got to move on. 24 hours. Oh, I guess we don't actually get her story. 24 hours to find out who killed you. That'd probably be a good detective movie, right? I think we've had that detective movie and video game before. Race against time, I guess. But what's the point if you have to move onward at the end anyway? True facts. It kind of strips it of meaning. I don't even know if you'd care once you're in the next place. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a nihilist to be anything but a constant buzzkill. Yeah, I guess the pressure sounds like a lot. Honestly, I'm still wrapping my head around all this. I mean, I would be too. Seems a bit outlandish, doesn't it? I mean, can you imagine? Just waking up one day or just coming back to consciousness or whatever and walking around and nobody could hear you, nobody could see you, and then you finally stroll into this little coffee shop where the person behind the counter, the barista, can see you and hear you, and they oopsie tell you that you're dead and you got 24 hours left on this plane. That's the word. I guess it'd be disappointing if you found out that you just died quietly in your sleep or something, though. Yeah. Most people don't die from being murdered. It's mostly sickness, or old age, or lawnmower accidents. That sounds messy. Well, they call them accidents. But really, loads of lawnmowers are possessed by evil spirits. Wow. That said, wait. Hold on. You can't just drop that like it's nothing. Possessed lawnmowers? Seriously? Anything with spinning blades tends to attract them. Garden equipment, garbage disposals, blenders. They're a right pain in the arse. Gotta exercise the blender at least once a month. Wow. That's wild. Never getting another blended drink at a Starbucks. That table just walked. So, I don't know if it's weird to ask, but is everyone in here dead? Yeah. You said that this was a cafe for dead people. Does that mean it's everyone? Or are some of these people just really into ghost cafes? Well, one, there's nobody else in here. That might be an oversimplification. Not everyone in here is dead. But this is one of the only stopping points between here and there. So we get a lot of your type. That's why the rent is so high. Landlords, the original rent seekers. Because those vampires who own the place know we get a lot of foot traffic. Literal vampires? No. Just baby boomers with a lot of money. Ah, same thing, I guess. Wow. So to answer your question, there are 9 customers in here right now. One of those 9, yourself included. No, out of those 9, yourself included, I'd say 4 or 5 of them are just passing through on their way to the next place. How can you tell? Once you've worked here for a while, you get a sort of sixth sense for this kind of thing. Gotcha. Speaking of sixth senses, I've got one for trouble. You have 2 sixth senses? Perhaps. Hello, Ashley. Ashley was a young girl who'd adopted Maddy and Che a couple years back, much in the same way that a puppy adopts a squeaky toy. She was ferociously smart and a budding genius, but still a kid nonetheless. Today, she smelled strongly of motor oil. Her right arm was coated with it. Maddy knew she'd have to help her clean it off. Help her clean it off the joint later. And she wore a look on her face that said, "I'm an invincible genius." Ashley has fancied herself a genius ever since the day that Maddy invited her to become a spunky sidekick. She was mostly right about that one, and Maddy hated it. All right, I know that look. Spit it out. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Cut the crud, kid. What do you need this time? I'm dealing with a customer here. I'm not really needing any attention. I am dealing with a customer. I need someone to hold a joint for me while I screw something in. Don't you have any clamps? We got you a bunch for your birthday last month. Aging a year just means you're 1 year closer to death. An odd thing to celebrate. Wow. They're all being used for other very important things. They were not. I'm pretty sure I saw one upstairs about 10 minutes ago. I need a helper. Ashley, I'm busy. Please. Hey, I could probably. Please. I could. Ashley, you've got to let us work. We're not going to get anything done if I have to keep going upstairs to hold screwdrivers and confiscate steak knives. Trying to improvise the screwdriver is a good way to end up with stripped screws. Use the right tool for the job. Ashley's pout was legendary, but over time, Maddy had grown immune to it. Hey, no dice. What about Che? He can help me. He's in the kitchen, emptying the dishwasher. The dishwasher that you were meant to empty an hour ago. Oh, I'm really in trouble. Hey, why don't I take this guy? He doesn't have anything to do. He's dead. Hey, come on. Ashley, I don't have the energy to argue with you. I'm sure he just wants to relax. Dying takes a lot out of you. Also, manners. God, we've talked about this. You've got to be more respectful in front of customers. Please? I'm happy to go upstairs. Really, it's fine. I don't have anything better to do. And I'm super dead. I'm cool with it. That's me. Kashan, very dead guy. You sure? I can just send her back upstairs. Promise. It's fine. And he's got a whole tool belt on. He's ready for this. I just sit around and be a pain otherwise. Perfect. Come on, peon. We've got work to do. She's quite rude. Deep down, Maddy knew that she wasn't giving Ashley enough attention, and that was causing her to act out. She felt guilty as hell about it, but at the same time, she didn't think she'd be able to solve that particular problem anytime soon. For both their sakes, she had to work on keeping the cafe afloat, even if it meant that Ashley would be required to deal with stuff on her own for a little while. And she knew she was being callous. Her internal monologue was doing a very good job of whispering cruel things to her in quiet moments. You can only scar someone so many times before they start to form calluses. But even then, she had to truly wonder if there wasn't. I reckon this place needs more plants. God darn it, Che. Don't sneak up on me like that, you old nuisance. What's on your mind, Maddy? I was drifting off. Did I look like I was thinking weighty thoughts? Extremely. It's nothing important. Just my resting face. Nah, it's different this time. How so? Right now, your expression reminds me of that time you challenged that samurai cosplayer to a fist fight. Cosplay is short for costume play, and bad things can happen when play suddenly becomes serious business. Oh, you mean the one who barged in, waving his gift store katana around and demanding satisfaction after I told him I wouldn't put 15 shots in his coffee? That's a weirdly specific facial expression to refer to. What's it look like? The natural reaction of someone who's just been threatened with thousand-fold Nippon steel. You don't have to reenact it. The memory's precious enough that I can picture it clearly. A sort of deep disgust. People with a high disgust sensitivity seldom do well in kitchen environments. Somehow, Maddy manages. Mixed with a tinge of pity and just a touch of derision. Ha! It me. What a mood. Maddy is a whole mood. You all right? Real talk? I'm fine. Is this an I'm actually fine? Or more of a I'm having trouble processing and or expressing my feelings and would like the conversation to move in a different direction? Fine. The latter. Pharaoh. Offer still open if you'd like to talk things out. In the meantime, sorry. Can I grab that tea towel? My hands are wet. Oh. Yeah, here you go. So, did you just feel like doing the dishes by hand, or I could have sworn that I told Ashley to empty the dishwasher earlier. Nah, it's busted. Door latch broke, so we'll have to get someone in to fix it. I don't want to make Ashley wash them by hand anyway. Her arm to get rusty, so I did it. No problem. Makes sense. So anyway, we're going to have to organize a repair. Some people remain subtly defiant in the face of planned obsolescence. Replacements are for quitters. Unless you want to let Ashley give it a shot. I'd make the call myself, but our landline stopped working last week. We have a landline? Yes. Ancient technology. You can transmit sound through a physical cable, an elegant tool for a more civilized age. Only works when you pay the phone bill, though. I don't know if it'd be cheaper to get it repaired or just buy a new one and give Ashley the old one for parts. The costs are pretty high. The costs are pretty close, all things considered. Sigh. Hey, don't stress. You'll worry yourself into an early grave. That's kind of ironic considering the fact that they're in a coffee shop of the dead. Hey, you spent 50 years digging holes. Can't talk shoot at me about digging myself an early grave, can you, old guy? Ow, old guy. I'll have you know I'm barely 170-ish. Is he dead? How is he looking that young and he's 170-ish years old? I mean, even if he's like younger, he looks super young. He must be dead. Or maybe it's the necromancy magic. Maybe they're all super old. Where's the lie? It was the middle of the gold rush. Everyone and his dog was busy digging holes. Only thing different about me is that I eventually started digging up things more interesting than gold. Psh. Didn't dig up any mobile phones though, did you? Could have gotten yourself a head start on learning how to work them. Hey, so, I know you're a bit stressed right now, but I think we need to put in an order for more kitchenware soon, especially if she keeps dropping it. Oh, I know. It's another thing that costs money. We're beginning to run out of cutlery, though. Summary of Offenses Act 1988, Section 11C. A person must not, without reasonable excuse, proof of which lies on the person, have in his or her custody a knife in a public place or school. It keeps disappearing to somewhere. Ashley taking it. So I don't know how long it can wait before we get some more. It's the walking table. Ugh. I don't know if we can afford that this month. Just, everything's a bit too pricey right now. Doesn't help that the coffee cartels keep pushing prices up. I don't think the importer two suburbs over is part of a cartel. They seem quite nice. You ever spoken to them? They're obviously criminals with the rates that they charge. The worst kind of criminals are the kind who operate within the bounds of legality. True facts. Wholesome my arse. And yet we keep buying from them. Well, yeah, the beans are good, man. It's just everything else on top of them that's stressing me out. Ah. Yes. I'll happily accept the blame for some of that. It's fine. You don't have to. I know it's all about me. I've just got to figure out how to pay everything off. Everything and everyone. Oh, she banged her head on that counter and the red of her glasses, I thought it was blood for a second. Oh, the time debt we owe to the Council of Death is the absolute last thing I want to think about right now. I've lost enough sleep over it already. Hey, I'm here to help. I'm worried about you, You had a lot of responsibility dropped on you in a very short period of time, and I can't help but feel a little bit culpable for that. I know. Yeah, I know. And you, I can't thank you enough. Shh. It's all right. Hold yourself together. I'll figure it all out, just like we always do. I just don't want to deal with it, I get it. And I don't want you to feel like I'm imposing or interfering too much. I know the cafe's yours now. And even though things are a bit much at the moment, I know I keep saying this, Maddy, but I don't know how much time we have to deal with all of this before things start falling apart. Things are already falling apart. He looks a little surprised. Regardless, you're going to have to face reality at some point. Oh my God, I know. I don't need any more reminders from you. Back off, man. The council's always sitting at the back of my mind. I'm doing my best over here. My best is all I can do, okay? Just because you're my friend and my old boss and my mentor doesn't mean I need you preaching at me about how I need to deal with my problems, because they're my problems now, not yours. All right, no worries. I'll give you some space. Might go check on Ashley. You seen her recently? She's upstairs. Dragged a customer up there talking about clamps or something. I better go rescue them then. Be back in a bit. Wow, she must be in like some deep trouble. God darn it, he's right. We need more plants in here, don't we? So we're going to strap on a big, steak knife and do something. I love it. This is going to be great. I want to build something that gets put on that TV show, Road Battle Royale. Oh, she's building like one of those bot things with flamethrowers on it. Wow. You're not going to put one on this little guy, are you? A flamethrower? Probably not. But I want you to record the fight on my phone so I can send it over to the producers. Producers have a real thirst for schlock. Yeah, sure thing. Let's get this knife attached. Hee. Pass me those zip ties. And a knife. And my coffee. Are you sure? Who even gave you that? Coffee! Damn it. It's empty. My coffee is empty, Kashan. The world is beginning to vibrate. Maybe it's good that your cup runneth empty, yeah? I think my cup needs to runneth with some more espresso in it. How many shots did you put in there? Too many, Kashan. But did anyone ask Icarus how many shots of espresso he had? Yeah, I'm reading a book about Icarus. Imagine being deadless and watching your son die doing the exact thing you told him not to do. He flew to the sun. I'm cultured. In unrelated news, I have a headache. I think you might want to read a little more about Icarus. There's a twist ending to that one. I'm holding a knife, Kashan. No spoilers. No spoilers. Promise. Gulp. Well, he's already dead. He doesn't really have to worry about it, does he? All right, I'll just say hi. Maybe she won't sling a knife at me this time. Who knows? Well, I mean, isn't he dead, dude? We don't know that one for sure. Ahem. Hey, kids. Intruder. She slung a knife at him. Kashan. My buddy. My pal. Did I get him? No. You missed. Damn it. But, wait. You threw it on purpose? Extremely on purpose, yes. I'm fine, by the way. Oh, it's just you. Would it have been worse if it was someone else? Probably, unless they were an actual spy come to steal my robot designs. You never know who might be watching. Then it would have been good. I think I'm crashing. Too much caffeine crash. Oh no. Is she okay? Did I kill her? She'll wake up in about 15 minutes with no ill effects. But you probably shouldn't give her any more coffee. She turns into a real goblin. Oh, I missed it. Not to be confused with the days when she's just a regular gremlin. Oh. She told me that it'd make her immeasurably powerful. I mean, she's not wrong. But you know, great power, great responsibility, yada, yada, yada. She's 13. Kids got plenty of energy already. I cannot imagine giving a 13-year-old shots of espresso. Maybe not the sense of responsibility, though. Exactly. Yeah, I don't even know how I ended up sitting here attaching knives to robots. Me either. Guess you're just lucky. She's very convincing. Ashley's pervasiveness is a mystery. It clearly can't be logic, eloquence, or charisma that causes people to do her bidding. You don't have to tell me, mate. She basically lives here. Her parents would kill me if they found out she nearly killed me. Pretty good blind throat, though. She makes me proud in the weirdest ways. Huh. Did she learn from the best? She did, but the best definitely wasn't me. Maddy's pretty deadly with the knives. Oh, Maddy's the knife thrower. Well, that's nice to know. Loves her flashy tricks. Bad habit, probably. What is Maddy's story? These stories are so interesting. I want to know everybody's story. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm being very rude. My name's Che. I used to own this place. Now I just sit around and cause trouble and sometimes have knives thrown at me, I guess. So let's take a second. Let's talk about the winner of last week's comment contest on our Cozy Games video. So 10 Cozy Games video, the winner of this week's $10 US eShop gift card is Roman K. Roman, send me a message, leave me a comment. You can send me a message on Twitter or on Twitch. Let me know what your email address is so that I can send you your code for your $10 US eShop gift card. Congrats, Roman K. Let's go back to the story. I'm Kashan, and I died today. So I guess that will be the end of the video for this week. That was a pretty good first part, right? There's so many things we're learning about the characters that we're seeing, and I can't wait to learn more. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for checking out Necrobarista. As I said, it came out in 2020, and it's from Route 59 Games. It is currently on Steam and on iOS in the Apple Arcade. So if you have Apple Arcade as a subscription service, you don't have to pay anything for it at all. And it is set to come to Switch, definitely, and PlayStation, I believe, this year in 2021. All right. So let's play a new game this week. If you would like to win a $10 eShop gift card for next week, let's have a good question. Tell me what your favorite visual novel or heavily story-based game is. Something that tells you an interesting story that you can't wait to see unfold. All right, y'all. Until next week, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Stay in the house if you can. Stay safe if you can't. And I will see you all soon. Come check me out over on Twitch, where I'm at twitch.tv/Saffista, or follow me on Twitter at NYMG_Saffista. All right. Take care of yourselves. Bye.